for Wheelersburg will receive.
And we have Clausing deep along with Stu Schmidt, and I believe the other one is at 22, Jim. Huddleston back there, I believe, on this side.
Since Buckeyes fake the onside kick as they have done all year long, John Arnold will kick it away for Nelsonville-York wearing the home brown uniform.
And the game is underway. Kick will be taken around the 20. Looks like that's Schmidt with the football. He heads straight up the field, and he'll be taken down at about the 34-yard line where the Buckeye defense will come on the field, and Wheelersburg have it, 1st and 10.
First, Wheelersburg led by Mike Leesburg at quarterback. He wears number 12, and he's rushed for 432 yards this year, and he's thrown for 389.
Last meeting we had, of course, Wheelersburg knocked us out of the playoffs 3 years ago. The Eaton boy, I think it was John Eaton, went to Akron up there now, but he was absolutely one of the best ball handlers I've seen, and they run the same offense here, the option.
I believe this is the rubber game between the Buckeyes and the Pirates. Buckeyes beat Wheelersburg on the way to the 1981 state championship, and as you said, Wheelersburg won in 94.
So they do mark it at the 33-yard line, 1st and 10 Wheelersburg. Leesburg, a quarterback. You got Schmidt in motion. And head off the first back through, and he is tripped up after a nice gain. It looks like, I believe, number 10 took him down, Walker.
Nice gain for Wheelersburg on the initial play of the game. A pickup of 11 and a first down for the Pirates.
I believe that was Clausing on the carry. Was that 42? Al said Clausing picked up 11. And on defense for the Buckeyes, we have Clay Watkins, Mr. Wolf. I see Bubba Russell, Darren Lawson, I believe. And on the reverse, once again, Clausing with running room. Buckeye defender slipped down. Clausing will be taken down at the 30-yard line by Parker Elliott. Nice fake. And Wheelersburg driving the ball early, 25-yard gain.
And just as we thought we'd see, Wheelersburg with nice faking. Leesburg, of course, handed that ball off from the quarterback position, and he was dropped and tackled in the backfield, but he did give off the ball that time. That went for a big gainer for Wheelersburg.
And quickly in the game, we have J.D. Shaw and Ben Roby replacing Charlie Roberts and Justin Inman. I believe the Nelsonville defender slipped down that time. And off to the first back through, number 13 with the ball going right down the field. And we have a fumble on the play. But Wheelersburg maintains possession. They get it down, Jim, to about the 17-yard line.
Another nice pickup for the Pirates. Another first down. Down to the 17 of Nelsonville-York. Buckeyes going to have to strap their helmets a little tighter here and shut down this Wheelersburg offense.
I think that was Chad Wines on the carry that time, wasn't it, Al?
Yeah.
So here early in the game, Wheelersburg quarterback giving them fit. 1st and 10 at the 16. And the first man through, number 42 with the ball.
And tackled by Darren Lawson on that play. Picked up with a couple.
Second down and 8. Coming in, Anzio Teamer checks in for the Buckeyes. He'll replace number 5, J.D. Shaw. Clay Watkins, Bubba Russell, Darren Lawson, Wolf. And number 5 has the ball, and he is hit at the line. Nice play by number 58, Darren Lawson. Darren was actually on the ground and made the tackle, and we have a late flag, and we'll see if it's on the Buckeyes.
I got a feeling that's unsportsmanlike conduct on somebody on either Wheelersburg or Nelsonville-York. That flag came in well after the tackle was made.
Helmet-to-helmet contact on the Buckeyes. A wet night like tonight, you'd like to think it wasn't intentional. The kids start down, and but they're going to call it. We saw it a couple times this year.
That'll be a break for the Pirates as they were going to face 3rd and 8. And now they'll march it down inside the Buckeye 10 to the 8-yard line. And it'll be 2nd down.
10:25 remaining first quarter. Wheelersburg driving. They're inside the 10. They've got the ball down at the 8-yard line. Leesburg fumbles the ball, picks it up, and he'll be tackled from behind for a loss. Big play by the Buckeyes.
Excellent play by the Buckeyes as Leesburg dropped the football as he was dropping back, and
that was Chris Glass, and we've seen Chris do that all year long. Well, they got Chris listed at 150 pounds, and I think they've added 10 to his frame.
I think he weighs about 135, 140, and he's led the Buckeyes in tackles this year with 114.
Timeout, Wheelersburg, 9:53 remaining, first quarter. We're back, fourth down, Wheelersburg, 4th and 8, and they're going for it. They're at 14. Big play for the Buckeyes. Back to pass, and he is hit as he throws, and it is a touchdown complete to number 1, Drew Schmidt, and the quarterback was leveled by number 56, Jeremy Burwanger, and he just absolutely laid it on a dime.
It looked like he was going to be sacked, and he got rid of the ball just in time, just a split second before he was hit, and Wheelersburg gets on the board.
9:48 remaining first quarter. Wheelersburg draws first blood. And I don't know, I have no idea what type of kicking game they have. Have you heard?
I hear their kicking game is decent. They tried a field goal against Ironton when they lost 10-7, and it was just barely off to the side.
It's good. And the extra point is good. 9:48 remaining first quarter. Wheelersburg 7, Nelsonville-York 0. Wheelersburg ready to kick off. So the Buckeyes are going to have to answer, and we've been in this position before. We don't have to worry about the kids not coming back. But deep we have J.D. Shaw, Parker Elliott, and Josh Walker.
Well, obviously with the Buckeyes offensive attack, they can score at any time from anywhere on the field, so 7 points is nothing. J.D. Shaw will be the deep man for the Buckeyes, joined by Elliott and Walker.
Taken by an up man, that's Trey Wilson straight up the field, and Trey will get it out to about the 39-yard line, and we have a flag on the play.
14-yard return.
Al says 14-yard return for the Buckeyes, and we'll see what the play is, or what the penalty is. Al says it's a block in the back against the Buckeyes. And that Wheelersburg fan, so the Buckeyes are shooting themselves in the foot. We've seen them do this before, so.
Holding on the Buckeyes. They had it at the 39-yard line. Nelsonville did on their own 39. Now
and they're marking off from 34, so Al said spot of the foul. So we'll have a 1st and 10 still at the 24-yard line. So not bad field position, but we'll see if Mr. Roby and company can answer, which of course we know they can. I said these kids, we've seen probably better Nelsonville-York teams and bigger, but never any team that had more heart than these kids do.
Looks like the Buckeyes will start off with 4 wide receivers split out, 2 to each side, and Eric Glass, the lone running back. Roby throws, and it's overthrown.
Intended for Clay Watkins on the sidelines, incomplete. Bring up a 2nd and 10 for the Buckeyes. But Ben will give them several looks, and you can't. Nice thing about the Buckeye offense, you can't load up on the running game or the passing game because we can throw different looks at you. And I don't know if Al, you walked around any of the games this year, but we've come out with a 5 receiver set, no one in the backfield before, and you don't see a lot in high school.
No. Of course, Ben has thrown for 1,289 yards on the season. He's averaging 17 yards per completion, and we'd like to see one right here.
Walker comes wide to the right. Elliott on this side, and wide left we have Trey Wilson, I believe. Glass, the lone man in the backfield. Roby looks downfield, has the receiver. He finds J.D. Shaw. J.D. Shaw heads upfield, and he will get the first down. So J.D. with a nice reception. Thought he was actually came back a little bit. And I thought, oh, he came back when I get first down, but good running. J.D. Shaw listed in the program as 5'9", 160. They've got the wrong J.D. Shaw, because the one we know is not near that big. I told J.D. earlier in the year how he wears number 5 because they can't put a double digit on his back.
J.D. leads the Buckeyes in receptions with 23, and that'll be number 24. He's caught him for 337 yards.
And we have Shaw, I'm sorry, that's Watkins and Wilson wide to the left, Elliott and Shaw to the right. Last lone man in the backfield, lost in the center. Roby takes the snap, looks for the pitch, option back to Glass. Eric with some running room. Eric with a nice cut, gets the ball out for about a 5-yard gain, bring up a 2nd 5. Nice option that time by Roby. Pitched at the last minute. Looked like we had 2 Wheelersburg Pirates in, going to make the stop, and Eric got in between. Nice run.
Of course, Eric Glass, he's rushed for over 1,000 yards on the season. And
Just a junior.
Averaging 6 yards a carry. He got 5 there.
Second 5, 8:35 remaining first quarter. Buckeyes trail by 7. Catter Henrik in the fullback. Glass the deep man. And Glass has hit the line, and we had some problems there. I believe Wilson bumped into Catter Henrik, the lead blocker. Bring up a 3rd and 5.
Tackle made by Scott Estep.
Parker Elliott comes in for the Buckeyes, probably brings the play in. He'll replace Catter Henrik. So the Buckeyes probably go to a 4-receiver set here.
The Buckeyes face 3rd and 5.
Wheelersburg is playing 8 guys in the box on defense. That is, they have 8 guys right next to the line of scrimmage. We see that a lot at Ohio when we play run, and they're single covering the outside guys, and they're having 1 safety in the back. That's it.
So Roby could have some passing room here because I like to match up with our receivers one-on-one when they play man-man set of zone. And Ben and has the pass underthrown intended for J.D. Shaw. And they said it was complete. And well, the one receiver's waving off, and you and I could see it bounce. I believe that was a short hop. They'll bring up a 4th and 5 for the Buckeyes, force the punt.
Punt will be from the 41-yard line.
So the Buckeyes stutter a little bit here in the first quarter. It's early.
Josh Clausing and Jared Carver back deep for Wheelersburg, standing at the Pilot 25-yard line to receive Ben Ruby's punt. Ruby standing on the Buckeyes 28.
Zach Odenthal, the deep snapper, of course. Ben, nice high kick, a little short. But we'll get a Buckeye bounce, and he'll dive to the 31-yard line. 7:29 remaining first quarter. Wheelersburg have the ball. 7-5 they lead. Wheelersburg with the football at the 32-yard line.
Number 13, Jason Bubba Russell on the tackle for the Buckeyes, a tackle for loss.
And Chad Wines with the ball, and Bubba Russell with Chad Wines.
Kevin Meade said he hasn't seen a center that can take Bubba one-on-one. They usually have to double-team him, and he shot right through there for the loss.
And it seems like this year when the Buckeyes have been behind or been in a little bit of trouble, how many times we've seen Bubba go through and have a big play and throw a running back for a loss. Nice kid, nice player. And number 42 with the ball, crossing. He's tripped up at the line. I believe you'll see Mike Warren getting off the tackle.
And Trey Wilson tripped him up, and Warren finished him off. He gets it back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe just shy of it. It's going to bring up 3rd and 10 for Wheelersburg.
Watkins, Russell, Darren Lawson, Wolf, Trey Wilson on the line for the Buckeyes. Anzio Teamer, Mike Warren, Chris Glass, Ben Roby, J.D. Shaw, Parker Elliott. Back to pass. Leesburg has a man that's thrown too high, incomplete, out of bounds. Good coverage by Shaw. So Wheelersburg, 3 and out, forced to punt.
So the Buckeyes defense comes up strong. Of course, Wheelersburg took the initial drive down, put 7 on the board. The Buckeyes offense stalled after a first down or 2, punted away, and now the Buckeye defense 3 and out.
So Wolf comes out of the contest for the Buckeyes, and number 55, Danny Carter, comes in. Deep for Nelsonville-York, we have Shaw and Watkins.
Of course, Josh Walker's returned 2 punt returns for touchdowns for the Buckeyes.
And J.D. Shaw. J.D. still on his feet, and he'll pick up 4 more yards. Man, that kid's got more guts, and Carter's got a little liver pill.
Excellent job by Shaw recepting that punt. If he had let that bounce, it would have rolled for another 20, 30 yards.
A 31-yard punt outset and about a 4 or 5 yard return. He took a lick. Roby checked in. Carter out. Anzio Teamer also out. 6:04 remaining here in the first quarter. Buckeyes with the ball at the 43-yard line.
Buckeyes with a couple wide receivers split out on each side.
Roby back to pass. Looks over the middle. Has a man wide open. He has Elliott. Parker Elliott down to the 34-yard line where the Buckeyes will have it 1st and 10. Jason Smith, number 5, makes the tackle for Wheelersburg. Roby put that one on the money.
Pickup of 18 yards for the Buckeyes. Nice protection by the Buckeye offensive line. Give Ben plenty of time, and he put it right on the numbers.
Excellent protection. These kids have been fun to watch this year, haven't they? First and 10, Nelsonville-York. Roby in the shotgun. Ben with a snap. Ben pitches back to Glass. He's got some running room. Eric gets it inside the 30. He's down to about the 24-yard line. A nice gain by the Buckeyes. Looks like about 7.
Glass takes it to the 27. It looks like he's just about 3 yards shy, maybe 2 yards shy of a first down.
Give him 8. Make it 2nd down and 2. Timeout Wheelersburg. 5:25 remaining first quarter. Buckeyes driving. So we're back. Buckeyes with a 2nd 2, Jim.
2nd 2. Buckeyes might elect to throw the ball here.
And Glass hit right at the line of scrimmage, and if he did get back to line, but he's taken down. No gain, 84 in on a stop for Wheelersburg. That's Rick Estep.
We see here there on defense how Wheelersburg swarms to the ball, much like the Nelsonville-York Buckeyes have done this year defensively.
And I believe I saw Estep play basketball for Wheelersburg down at Combo this year, too. Kid's a pretty good athlete. So it's 3rd and 2. Buckeyes, of course, in 4-down territory. Here on a cold, rainy night in Lancaster, Ohio, Fulton Field. Or, as you say, it's a beautiful night for football. 32 below 0, this man says it's a beautiful night for football.
Any night's a beautiful night for football.
And Glass, he will get the first down, and the lead blocker was his quarterback, and Roby threw a nice one.
Of course, we know how tough Ben Roby is. Of course, he's the quarterback, but also he plays defensive back for the Buckeyes. And on defense, he'll shoot up and make some pretty hard hits, and there, as you said, the blocking after the pitch out to Glass.
Well, I think every Saturday, Ben Roby's made a trip to Vodo up to the doctor to be checked out. He's got a bad shoulder, bad knee, and I think a bad elbow. Other than that, he's physically just fine.
Buckeyes, once again, will split 2 wide receivers out to each side. Walker and Elliott to the right, and looks like Clay Watkins over on the left side. Let's see who he's joined by. It's probably Trey Wilson.
I think it's Wilson or J.D. Shaw. I can't tell either. Roby. And Glass with running room. Glass with a nice cut and slips down just when he started to make his cut. Still pick up about 5.
Buckeye coach is doing a good job of mixing it up thus far. Of course, they've thrown on first down. Now they run the draw play, and it goes for a nice pickup of 5.
And head coach Kevin Meadow played in the MAC. He played for Akron, Ohio. Quarterback at Trimble. He broke our hearts when he threw for about 350 yards and beat us one year. But we won out in the long run because he married Coach Dave Boston's daughter. So if he can't get him play for you, then marry him.
I remember when he played at Akron, I was at Youngstown State. They were our chief rival for a long time. So.
Roby to Glass. Glass for running room. Eric down to about the 10-yard line.
First down Buckeyes. Eric Glass picks up about 7 down to the 11, and that's good enough for a Buckeye first down.
And Juice Schmidt, number 1, a little shaken up for Wheelersburg. He gets up, but he gets up slowly. So a nice run, and I thought he was going to break it, tell you the truth.
With him being just shy of the 10-yard line, of course, the Buckeyes can get a first down inside the 1.
Clock running. We're just under 3:40 remaining first quarter. Buckeyes trail by 7, but they're driving. Bubba Russell, Zach Odenthal, Darren Lawson. Glass with running room. Glass up the middle. He's down to about the 3-yard line. And Juice Schmidt and number 5, J.D. Shaw, going at it pretty good over here on the side.
Josh Newman on the tackle for the Pirates, but not before Glass picks up about 8 yards.
And then on the line for the Buckeyes,
Big Roy Wolf.
Big Roy Wolf comes in. Keller Blackburn, Trey Wilson. I thought they split Roy.
Out of the power eye, the Buckeyes might go right behind Roy Wolf on that right side.
Touchdown, Eric Glass, untouched in the end zone. Nelsonville-York, 2:46 remaining first quarter. Draws us in 1 at 7-6. Darren Lawson will be on to attempt the extra point.
Again, the Buckeyes, excellent executed drive that time, not only by the line, Ben Roby, the quarterback, and the running back receivers, but also the coaching staff. Really mixed it up well with the run and pass.
9-play drive, 56 yards.
you know, we're not going to let him come back. People will start to expect this.
Of course, Darren Lawson will attempt a point after touchdown. He has done an outstanding job kicking for the Buckeyes this year.
Josh Walker to hold. Can we do that again in sync? Up. Good. 2:46 remaining first quarter. The Buckeyes draw even, 7-7. Timeout on the field. We're on the Buckeyes. John Ardle, number 21, to kick. John, just a 150-pound freshman, but that kid's a player. Boy, I tell you, the Buckeyes, very impressive drive, Jim.
Really mixed it up well. Just impressively executed drive for Nelsonville-York.
And a short kick for Arnold, who'll be taken at the 30-yard line, straight up the field, is number 11 for Wheelersburg. That's Luke Emmett.
And Wheelersburg will set up shop right around their own 36-yard line, maybe the 37.
So first and 10. Buckeye defense. We have Chris Glass, Mike Warren. I see Joe Wolf.
Of course, this is
Ben Roby.
This is regional semifinal action here at Lancaster High School.
Leesburg, quarterback, lone back. Leesburg, hand off to the first back through. He's got some running room, and I believe that was 42, wasn't it, Josh Crossing? So a different look for Wheelersburg.
Chad Wines carried that time for Wheelersburg, and again, they really spread it out well on the handoff.
Well, I can see how I could mix up 13 and 42. Those numbers look similar.
First down. That's fourth of the game.
Al says that's the fourth first down for Wheelersburg. Buckeye defense needs to step it up here and hold Wheelersburg. Leesburg has the ball, and he keeps it, and he's thrown for a loss. Darren Lawson comes smoking in on him. That's number 56. I'm sorry, that's Jeremy Burwanger.
Of course, that's what Wheelersburg likes to do, and we saw it back in '94, and again here tonight, they like the quarterback to make the big play by taking the handoff and then taking around the other end, but Buckeyes were there to stop it with Darren Lawson.
Great play by, well, actually, it's Jeremy Burwanger. I call it wrong. 56 in on the stop. But Jeremy's played well all year long. He got banged. I remember last year he had that bum shoulder. Boy, these kids. And he's got a little brother, Justin, freshman's coming up. This is going to be a player. Wheelersburg. And it is handoff to, I believe, the first man through.
And that'll be a pickup of 2 back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 10 for the Pirates.
I believe Chris Glass and Wolf were in on the stop.
Rain is coming down here at Lancaster High School.
Clock running. We're at 1:20 remaining first quarter. Scores tied at 7. Wheelersburg with a 3rd and 10, actually 3rd and 9. Leesburg takes a snap, back to pass, has time, has a man open, and it is complete to the 39-yard line. I believe that was Ben Roby on the coverage, but a nice pass by Leesburg to number 1, Juice Schmidt. 1st and 10, Wheelersburg.
13-yard pickup to the Buckeye 39. So Wheelersburg has shown that they can throw the ball when they have to.
One nice thing about the playoffs is we can't complain about the weather because we're inside high and dry, aren't we, Eric? Not a problem tonight. Once you get to this point of the season, you get the playoffs, there are no easy opponents. Everybody deserves to be here. Leesburg. Man in motion, Carver in motion. Leesburg to number 5, and he is hit in the backfield by Burwanger and Lawson, I believe.
Jeremy Burwanger and Darren Lawson teamed up for that tackle, and it's a loss of 1 for Wheelersburg.
So after that initial drive, really the Buckeyes have played in this direction really well. Quarterback Leesburg throwing the ball very well tonight for them. What's he, out 2-4?
Reverse. Burwanger in passing, 2-3.
Clock running at 8 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
And off to the deep back. And he is hit by Anzio Teamer. And the running back is hurt for Wheelersburg. I believe that might be Wines. Timeout on the field. That's the end of the first quarter. Nelsonville-York and Wheelersburg tied at 7. You got some first quarter stats for Sal?
Yes. For Nelsonville-York, 9 rushing plays, 2 of 4 in passing, total of 76 yards, 5 first downs. And for Wheelersburg, 12 rushing plays, 2 of 3 in the air, total of 93 yards and 5 first downs.
We didn't think the game would be a blowout for either team, and so far it's not been. Very well played. Wheelersburg, quarterback, and he wants a timeout. So that is the third timeout called by Wheelersburg here in the first half. Timeout on the field. And this is the start of still the second quarter. 12 minutes remaining on the clock. Wheelersburg used their third timeout. Leesburg trips out here. Leesburg, the back pass, has a man open, and it is incomplete. Overthrown and nearly picked off by Chris Glass, and I believe there was a mix-up there because Wheelersburg had 2 receivers in the same pattern, number 5 and number 21. That's Schmidt. He overthrew Schmidt and underthrew Carver.
Chris Glass is between the both of them, and he almost pulled that one down for a Buckeye interception.
And I think the reason he didn't was he actually thought that Clyde was going to get a hand on. I think he didn't see it when it went over Schmidt's hand.
Looks like Wheelersburg's going to play for field position. They will punt it away.
And it looks like it's going to be a good punt. And it takes a Buckeye bounce back to about the 20-yard line. From Nelsonville-York, 11:47 mark the first half. We'll have it, 1st and 10. Buckeyes 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Buckeyes will start this scoring drive on their own 20.
And Roby's misdirection. J.D. Shaw. Shaw's got some room. Shaw stays on his feet, taken down by the ankles out about the 37-yard line. Nice play. Different look for the Buckeyes. I believe they had Shaw, and I'm not sure it was Parker Elliott over here on the wing lined up together.
Nice run by J.D. Shaw. Good. Once again, good call by the Buckeyes, mixing it up.
And I believe that's the first time I've seen J.D. run the ball out of that formation.
Usually it's Parker Elliott running the ball on those misdirection type plays, those counters, but that time it was J.D. Shaw.
And Shaw comes out of the game, and then we have a timeout by the official. Buckeyes 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line. Backs in the eye. Elliott in motion. And we're going to have a flag on the play. And it's a nice run by Glass. It's going to be called back because Parker Elliott moved. Yep, he went forward. We could see it.
As you said, Parker Elliott in motion. It looked like he turned up just a split second before that ball was hiked. That's going to negate a 9-yard run by Eric Glass.
And they say it happens.
So we saw...
So it's got the motor run, and it's hard to slow down in a...
That's the third penalty on Nelsonville-York. They've got 21 yards of penalties already. Wheelersburg has not been thrown for a flag yet.
And we saw a man turning upfield earlier this season. Was it Vinton County? But and it was all night long and never called.
We saw it. I mean, and, well, we watched the replay to make sure we were right, but he turned up at least a half a dozen times, and he never called it one time.
But this one goes against the Buckeyes, and that is a good call.
It makes it 1st and 15 from about the 33-yard line. So we have Wilson and Watkins wide to the left. Looks like Elliott, and I can't see on the other side who it is to deep. I think it's Josh Walker. Glass, lone man. He's got a receiver. He's got Trey Wilson. Trey catches the ball. He'll get it out to the 45-yard line. So he'll pick back up about 12 yards.
Buckeyes get 12 of it back and going to bring up a 2nd and a 4 situation.
And I'm not so sure, but we didn't run a little bit of a pick there with Clay Watkins to free up Trey Wilson, but we'll take it. 2nd and 3.
Buckeyes get it out to their own 45-yard line with 10:28 remaining in the first half. Score tied at 7.
Trey Wilson and Watkins once again wide to the left. Josh Walker wide right. Parker Elliott. Lone man in the backfield, Glass. Ross in the center. Elliott in motion. Glass through the line. Eric with the first down. He'll pick up about 6.
Glass takes it into Pirate territory to the 48-yard line.
And getting up a little slowly, who made tackle, Chris Mock, number 2. Al says that's the 7th first down for the Buckeyes. This is Nelsonville TV Cable.
We are locally owned, and we are here because we care.
Glass, straight up the gut. Nice block at the point of attack. Eric will pick up about 6. Give him 7 maybe, Al.
I think the Buckeyes found something they like on that running play as Elliott's coming in motion and then leading the blocking right through the right side, and Glass is picking up big yardage.
And he picked it up right behind my man Zach Odenthal and Darren Lawson. Zach with a great block on that play. Glass with the ball in the backfield, but he'll keep his feet. He'll actually pick up 2 on what looked like would be a negative gain, Jim, because he was hit, I believe, initially with number 77, but give him a gain of 1, bring up 3rd and 3.
3rd and 3 for Nelsonville-York. Ball just outside the 40 of Wheelersburg.
Now it says 3rd and long, too.
The optimistic way of looking at it.
And I keep looking. I tell you, Jim, I'm not sure who's number 72 for the Buckeyes, because did they change numbers here and I didn't see it? Sidelines, but he was in the game a couple plays, and I'm not sure who did.
Might have been Matt Henry. Sometimes he wears 44, and I believe sometimes...
Roby. Pitch back to Glass. Glass. Nice cut by Eric Glass. He'll get the first down inside the 35, getting down 34. 1st and 10, Nelsonville-York, and he's taken down by number 5, Jason Smith, and number 50 of Wheelersburg, Adam Chamberlain.
Tell you, when the Buckeyes are in a short yardage situation, that has to be tough for a defensive coach because you don't know what's coming. It could be anything. It could be a handoff to the first man through, the second man through, an option, a sweep, and of course Roby can throw the ball. So as well as the Buckeyes mix it up, you never know what's coming.
And that's not well, it might be. I was going to say, I didn't think it's Catter Henrik, but they put in an Anzio Teamer 43 one in. Well, that might be Matt down there, because I don't see 44. Anzio Teamer and Glass in backfield, backs in the eye. Wilson to this side's receiver spot. Hand off deep man, Glass. Glass taken down by number 65, Josh Drake, but he'll pick up about 2. Bring up a 2nd down and 8. J.D. Shaw. Thank you, Bill. You know, Bill, you're a much nicer man than Roger Thompson ever thought about being.
You tell him that. Thanks, Raj.
I can understand why I don't have any friends.
Of course, Bill, the former athletic director here at Lancaster High School, and has always treated us well in both basketball and football as we do games here. Roby rolling to the right, throws downfield, and he just throws that one away over the head of J.D. Shaw.
And a nice play by Ben, because that's exactly what he did. It was either a loss or an incompletion.
So now the Buckeyes will face a 3rd and 8 situation at the 33-yard line of Wheelersburg.
The clock stopped at 7:21 remaining in the first half. Score's tied at 7. Looks like the rain has let up a little bit. Looks like it's just a real fine mist falling down.
Roby out of the shotgun.
Ben takes a snap, looks downfield as a screen, has a man wide open. Glass in the backfield, and Eric Glass is taken down after a short gain. A nice tackle by number 84. That's Rick Estep. And that would look like he had a lot of running room in him. It's just a great open field tackle. What can you say?
Excellent job by Wheelersburg. Glass caught that ball. The screen was set up beautifully by the Buckeyes. And it looked like there was only a couple, 3 Pirates downfield and a wall of Buckeyes, but nice defensive play by Wheelersburg.
And Roby wants the timeout. 6:51 remaining in the first half. So the Buckeyes on a 4th and 3 at the 27-yard line. Lone man backfield with Glass. Roby with 4 receivers in the pattern. Ben takes a snap from Lawson. Pitches back to Glass. Glass is running room. Glass has got the first down. He'll get down to about the 21-yard line where Buckeyes will have a 1st and 10. Great job by Ben Roby.
Again, the option executed to a T as Ben Roby kept it until right before he got drilled, and he's threw a nice pitch to Eric Glass, and he took over from there and picked up the first down for the Buckeyes.
Jeff Bickley in, J.D. Shaw out for the Buckeyes. Buckeye offensive line doing a great job. Danny Carter, Keller Blackburn, Darren Lawson, Zach Odenthal, Bubba Russell. Boy, they're blocking it. Hearts off tonight. 1st and 10, Nelsonville-York to 22. Clock's running. Buckeyes driving. Watkins in motion. Clay. Hand off to Glass. Glass straight up the gut. He'll gain about 4 before he's stopped by 3 or 4 Wheelersburg Pirates. I believe getting up off the pile last is number 52 for Wheelersburg. That is Josh Newman.
Glass cracked the 20-yard line of Wheelersburg to the 19, and to be a pickup of about 3, brings up 2nd and 7 for the Buckeyes. Positive yardage. Again, only 3 yards, but it's positive yardage.
Wiles had his share of football today from OU up to here, so where are we going after this one now? I think there's a game on the West Coast.
Yeah, we can fly out and watch Hawaii play, maybe.
Roby takes the snap. Back to pass. Has a man open. Number cut. Parker Elliott. Touchdown. Nelsonville-York. 5:43 remaining in the first half. A 19-yard touchdown pass from Roby to Elliott. Ball a little overthrown, and Parker Elliott, I said, with hands like that, Allie ought to be a waiter.
I'll tell you what, then Roby dropped back, and he got rid of that ball in a hurry. You could almost see his eyes light up from here when he saw Parker Elliott open.
Well, I tell you, the kid looks like Velcro hands.
He just lofted it up there. He just went up and got it, fell into the end zone.
Buckeyes draw their second score at 5:43 in the second, remaining in the second quarter. 13-7 Buckeyes lead, and Lawson on to attempt the extra point.
Walker to hold, and Odenthal to snap. He's done a good job long snapping.
And it is no good wide. 5:43 remaining. 13-7 Buckeyes lead. Timeout on the field. You said that was what, Al?
10-play drive, 80 yards for the Buckeyes.
And we have a new kicker in for the Buckeyes. That is Bubba Russell and not John Arnold.
Of course, we've seen Bubba kick off earlier in the season for the Buckeyes.
So I don't know if John Arnold was hurt. He's on the sidelines here, so we'll see if it's just the experience factor or what's going on. Bubba boots the ball down the field. Line drive kick taken by Drew Schmidt at the 16-yard line. Straight up the gut. Looks like he has some running room, but he's closed up quickly by Bickley and number 57, Bubba Russell, at the 34-yard line.
Bubba Russell, like Arnold, when Arnold would kick off, there was several times he'd be the one to make the tackle. That time, Bubba Russell did the same thing for the Buckeyes.
Mike Leesburg brings the play in from the Wheelersburg bench. 5:38 remaining first half. Buckeyes up by 6.
Buckeyes have tightened it up a little bit defensively after that initial drive of the game by Wheelersburg.
Schmidt in motion for Wheelersburg. Hand off to the second man through. Oh, quarter. I'm sorry. That was the first man in a fool to fall. No. He tried. No, they're holding up. He tried to hold him up. He didn't push him. That's wrong. He did not push him. He held on to him. There's going to be a 15-yard penalty onto that for the Buckeyes.
And Coach Kevin Meade is talking to the official, and he's pleading the case, as you said. Looked like Walker was just trying to hold him up, but he did have a hold of his jersey, just trying to hold on to him. And they ended up running into the bench, and they threw a flag.
And we've seen him before, but I honestly don't believe. I think that he was holding him. So Wheelersburg, once again, the Buckeyes, when they tighten up, seems like we shoot ourselves in the foot. We don't have any toes left. We shot ourselves so many times this year. That'll be a 15-yard penalty, and the Buckeyes defense needs to suck it up here. Wheelersburg has a 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
We've seen it quite often this year where a team might break the Buckeye 30-yard line, but that's where the Buckeye defense stiffens and puts an end to the drive. Let's see if they can do it again here.
Of course, number 74, Steve Sutton, the biggest man for Wheelersburg, a tackle. He's 6'4" and 295. They got listed. And at the line of scrimmage, number 42 taken down, crossing.
Roy Wolf in on the tackle for the Buckeyes.
When you get this far, and like I said, you just got to watch the penalties and hope that they don't cost you anything. And a lot of times we've seen them, and they've been deserved, and I honestly don't think that one was.
Of course, the official was far away from the play, and he just saw the player go over the bench, and so I really think Parker was just trying to hold him up.
Leesburg, the first man through, 42 with the ball, and he's going to score untouched. Touchdown, Wheelersburg. Josh Crossing in from 22 yards out, ties the score at 13. Wheelersburg bounces right back, and they're on to attempt the extra point.
4:49 remaining in the first half. Wheelersburg has tied it up, and they're going to try to take the lead on the point after touchdown attempt.
And the game so far, like we said, everything that we thought it would be. Looking at some of the scores here, Wheelersburg, I guess it was 10-7 Ironton defeated Wheelersburg. And their other opponent was Kent. They lost 12-6 the opening game of the season. Good snap, good kick, and Wheelersburg takes the lead at 4:49 remaining in the first half, 14-13. Timeout on the field.
And a late flag comes in after the kick.
And the Buckeyes get hit with another penalty. It's tacked on 15 yards. They call clipping on the Buckeyes on the extra point attempt. So they're kicking off from our territory, 45-yard line. And Al said that's, what, the fifth penalty for
51 yards. It was roughing the kicker.
So Wheelersburg was 51 yards in the first half without having to run a play.
And of course, the Buckeyes have to watch for the onside kick here.
And it's going to be kicked deep. And it will go in the end zone.
Automatic touchback in high school football.
So the Buckeyes have a first and 10 at the 20-yard line with the offense coming on the field. Ben Roby. And your team coming in a fullback for the Buckeyes. A lot of time left. Buckeyes look to draw even. 1-point ball game. And as we said, everything we thought it would be.
Of course, 4:49 is plenty of time for Ben Roby to direct this offense down for another score.
49 is plenty of time for Ben Roby to direct the offense down for a score.
Nice 4-minute drive here, score a touchdown, and go into halftime with the lead.
And then we'll go down and get hot dogs. Backs in the eye. Roby, the deep back. Glass is hitting the backfield, gets away from two players, and he'll get an extra 2 yards. And after hitting the backfield, looks like we'll give him 2 yards on the carry, 2nd and 8.
That was a hard-fought 2 yards by Eric Glass as his hit at the line of scrimmage.
Of course, Eric, we saw him had a partially dislocated shoulder about, the 4th or 5th game of the season, and been banged up pretty much all year long and still had over 1,100 yards rushing.
Had a ankle sprain in the Miller game, and
Wilson and Watkins to this side of the field, and I believe we have Walker and Elliott to the other. Roby in a shotgun. Ben has a man complete to Watkins, and Ben bobbles it, and he does. They waving it off. So bring up a 3rd and 8.
Looked like Watkins did bobble it, but I thought he caught it before it hit the ground, but they ruled incomplete.
And, of course, the man who ruled incomplete was behind him, which is only fair.
Now the Buckeyes face 3rd and 8.
Now, the Buckeyes need to pick up first down here. They need to keep possession of the ball and not give Wheelersburg another chance to score before the first half ends. 4:04 remaining in the first half.
That ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage, so.
Al said it was tipped at the line of scrimmage. So we have 5 receivers in the pattern. Roby on a sprint out, and he's going to be hammered, and he is absolutely buried at the 15-yard line.
5-yard loss for the Buckeyes.
Wheelersburg all over him. Buckeyes forced to punt. And that actually was a wise decision by Ben. They were all over him. There's no sense taking a chance and throwing it up this deep in your own territory.
Ben Roby will be standing back at the Buckeye 2 to punt this away. Jared Carver back deep for Wheelersburg, standing at the Buckeye 49.
Another excellent snap by Odenthal. A great punt by Roby. Drives the players back, and it bounces back inside the 40. It's about the 34-yard line. Picked up by a Pirate, and he stays on his feet, but is taken down by Chris Glass at the 40-yard line, where Wheelersburg will have it 1st and 10. 51-yard punt outfit.
Still an excellent punt by Ben Roby. Looked like Wheelersburg would definitely be setting up shop in Buckeye territory, but he boomed it. Wheelersburg's on their own 41.
So the Buckeye defense needs to hold them right here and go in trailing by 1 at halftime at the worst. And Sarah, I'm rubbing those Buckeyes you gave me for luck. We'll see if it works right now. And number 1, Schmidt, is hitting the backfield by, I believe, Darren Lawson. A big loss for Wheelersburg. Nice play.
It's going to be a loss of about 7 yards, maybe 8. back to the 33-yard line of Wheelersburg.
Now, I heard the announcer say that was Jeremy Burwanger. Was it Darren or was it Jeremy?
Hard to tell. Of course, Burwanger wears 56 and Lawson 58.
56. Eric said Eric's got the camera. It's better that way. It's 56, but Jeremy's playing a heck of a game. Wheelersburg, man in motion. Leesburg takes a snap. Hand off to the first man through, and we have a flag, and I believe we're going to have holding on Wheelersburg this time.
We might have our first flag on Wheelersburg. Probably a holding.
So we'll see what the officials say. I would imagine the Buckeyes would turn the penalty, decline the penalty, and make it 3rd and 18.
From the spot of foul. That'll be from the spot of foul, which is about 2 yards from the previous spot.
See what the Buckeyes, and they will take the penalty. To be honest, that kind of surprises me. I didn't know if they'd take it or not. But Al says, of course,
the Buckeyes have a couple timeouts left if they push them back.
good point.
Wheelersburg likes to run the ball, and
With a very explosive offense, probably move back as far as you can. Split backs for Wheelersburg. Leesburg back to pass. Under heavy rest. Fumble on the play. Buckeyes recover. 1st and 10, Nelsonville-York by Jeremy Burwanger. What a hit by Chris Glass. He buries Leesburg. And Nelsonville-York with the first big break of the game have a 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
excellent job by Chris Glass. He's blitzed through from that linebacker position around the left side, and he just nailed Leesburg. And, of course, Leesburg coughs up the football. Buckeyes get the big break, and they need to take advantage of it and take the lead here before half.
And we saw Chris in the first quarter was just a step slow in getting to the quarterback. He wasn't a step slow on that one.
Plenty of time left, 2:09 remaining in the second quarter.
Man, that 140-pound linebacker packed a punch, doesn't he, Al?
Oh, yeah, that's a great hit.
And a deep back, Glass up the middle, gets it inside the 15, down to about the 12-yard line.
Of course, the Buckeyes won the toss and deferred to start this game, so Wheelersburg received. The Buckeyes will have it coming out the second half. Again, it'd be nice to see them score here before half, take the lead, and have the ball coming out for the second half.
Jim, that's where taking that penalty really put Wheelersburg in a big hole.
Yes, Al, you were right, Al. I was wrong, Al. Okay, Al, you're right. You're just like McCumber. It's like being at home with Tammy. But they're correct. What a great play. Roby, Elliott in motion. Roby, back to pass. Has a man. He has Wilson, Trey Wilson. Nice open field tackle by number 21 of Wheelersburg, Jared Carver.
That'll get the Buckeyes within about a yard of the first down. Bring up 3rd and 1 at about the 6-yard line, maybe just outside the 6.
And the clock is running, and here comes big number 73, Joe Wolf, in the game, along with J.D. Shaw. And I thought Bickley, but Bickley comes back out. Clock's down to just about 1 minute remaining. And we need to get something called here.
Plenty of time. Buckeyes still have a couple timeouts.
So, 3 backfield. All right. And up the deep back, Glass, up the middle, Glass. Touchdown, Nelsonville-York, Eric Glass. Great blocking at the point of attack by the offensive line, right behind Zach Odenthal again.
I'll tell you what, that's how the Buckeyes scored on the last one.
So I think that was Joe Wolf on that side that time, so I apologize. Mr. Wolf, you did a great job. Eric Glass untouched. Buckeyes up 19-14. Probably go for 2.
Probably that's how the Buckeyes scored earlier. They lined up on that power eye and went right on that right side, and it was almost like the Buckeyes are saying, here we come. We're coming to that right side. See if you can stop us.
It's not to stop him. When Eric's behind Joe, they can't see him. Timeout, Nelsonville-York, 46 seconds remaining in the first half. We're up 19-14. If Tammy ever finds how much I'm worth to her dead, I will be. Buckeyes going for 2. They're up by 5. Roby with the lone back. Glass behind him. We got 4 men in the pattern. Long snap. Roby on the option. Glass pitches out, and he will score untouched. Nice block by Clay Watkins to spring him free, and the Buckeyes lead 21-14.
Excellent play call. It looked like Wheelersburg had their more men over to the other side of the field on that end. They had 3 guys coming from the other end. The Buckeyes took it the other way, and nice pitch, nice run in by Eric Glass. The Buckeyes have the 7-point lead.
And a nice block by Keller Blackburn also. So the Buckeyes now with 46 ticks remaining need to keep Wheelersburg from the end zone. Go in with a 7-point lead. And we're back. Bubba Russell still to kick.
Good kick here, Jim.
Hal said to keep an eye on the squib kick. How you say that?
Buckeyes offside.
And it is a 5-yard penalty. You're right, the Buckeyes were offside. And I'll be honest, I've seen that this year, and that's the first offside penalty I think we've seen. But I've looked for an offside all year long because I know I'd get lost in doing it. So we'll back it up 5 yards. And I know why they do this, but I'll be honest, I've hated that the whole year. Nobody asked my opinion, and I'm probably wrong, but I just hate it. It's only because I'm not smart enough to handle it. And there are 7 people nodding. The guy down here for Wheelersburg's nodding like he knows. Yeah, he knows them stupid things. Boy, the Buckeyes, I mean, I'm impressed. And I mean, come out, Wheelersburg just pounded it right down the throat. What was it, like a 3-play drive and scored? And you could look like, uh-oh, and we just bounced right back.
Buckeyes take it once again, and now Jason Russell will kick it off.
Bubba, line drive kick, and it's going to go out of bounds, be a penalty. The Buckeyes, so they'll have it probably first 10:35 unless they choose to kick it over, and they just might do that.
Tell you what, this kickoff really hasn't done well here on this kickoff. Of course, Buckeyes offsides, and after the 5-yard penalty, the kick goes out of bounds, and that'll be a legal procedure on Nelsonville-York. And
Wheelersburg will have it at the 40-yard line, first and 10.
Still only 46 seconds remaining, and I think Wheelersburg has used up all their timeouts.
And I still want to know who number 72 is. When we see one of the coaches at halftime, we'll find out.
I think it is Matt Catta-Henrick. He switches between 44 and 72 at times.
Well, maybe you're right. Probably you're right. Well, you always are right. Even when you're wrong, you're right. So Leesburg's going to try to come on back. Leesburg hands off to the first back through 42. It looked like he had some running room, but he's tripped up by Darren Lawson. And he'll only gain about 3.5. Give him 4 out of it.
More importantly, that keeps the clock rolling at 34 seconds.
And Bubba Russell got up a little slowly. Boy, it scares me. And Jason, I'm afraid he sprained his ankle, but Danny Carter comes in for the Buckeyes, number 55. And he'll replace Bubba. And Bubba did get burned a little bit. Al says that they're throwing the pitch back to number 42, Josh Crossing, and I believe he's short of the first down.
They third down, but there's only 5 seconds remaining.
Most of they kept him in bounds, right. And Wheelersburg out of timeout.
And that'll be the end of the half.
And that will be the end of the half, so those timeouts really hurt Wheelersburg here in the first half. So at the end of one half of action at Fulton Field, Nelsonville-York 21, the Wheelersburg Pirates 14. Well, I'm eating my...
Since they got here. You didn't
For
have
Wheelersburg, they had 7 first downs, 98 yards rushing on 20 attempts, 27 yards passing for 125 total yards. Clausen was the leading ball carrier for the Pirates on 10 carries of 103 yards. Wheelersburg was penalized once for 13 yards. They had 1 fumble, that big important fumble deep in their own territory, and lost it. For Nelsonville-York, 11 first downs, 96 yards rushing on 21 attempts, 77 yards passing for a total of 173 yards. Glass, the leading ball carrier for Nelsonville-York with 85. Roby was 6 for 10 for 77 yards in the passing department, and the Buckeyes were penalized 6 times for 56 yards.
As you said earlier, we wondered whether they'd take that penalty and make it third down, and you said no, back them up, and that's when they fumbled and Buckeyes scored, so you and Jim both called that one correctly. Buckeyes will get the ball to start the second half. As Jim said, we need to take it down and score and keep momentum going.
Put this up by 2 scores. It might be nice to see a good old-fashioned Buckeye drive for another 7 and put it up by 2 scores and take our chances from there. The interesting tidbit is they said Piketon is leading Bel Air 15-14. Of course, Buckeyes, if they would win this, would play the winner of that game.
You are correct. So we'll call timeout here on the field and wait on the kickoff. And we're ready for second half kickoff with the Buckeyes. It's a great drive in the second half. I don't have to give the mic to you. I got to get my glasses on. I'll never see it.
And the kick is underway. Taken by J.D. Shaw at the Buckeye 8-yard line. Loses the handle on it. Picks it back up. And he'll take it out to the 21. Nelsonville-York will have it on their own 21. First and 10 to start the second half.
And I'm back, and I can see. For Buckeyes with the first and 10. I told Al if I knew I was going to live this long, I'd taken better care of myself. I said I'm 47 years old, and they said you're as old as you feel. I'm 108. Nelsonville-York starting at the 21-yard line. What a great night for football. Rain has subsided. Roby backs in the eye. Back is Bickley. Parker Elliott in motion. Snap taken by Roby. Roby passes out in the flat. Gets to Trey Wilson. Wilson keeps his feet. He's got the first down. Trey down the sidelines will be knocked out of bounds at the 36-yard line. First and 10, Nelsonville-York. Nice throw by Ben Roby.
Nice throw, nice catch by Trey Wilson. Trey's caught 14 passes for the Buckeyes this year for 259 yards and 18-yard per catch average.
I believe he was hit after about a 5-yard pickup and sidestepped the would-be tackler. So a nice play to open the second half for the Buckeyes. Wilson and Elliott wide left. J.D. Shaw out by himself. It looks like the old Army formation. J.D.'s will own some end out here. Elliott, misdirection. Parker Elliott. And he will pick up maybe a yard. Nice play by Wheelersburg. I believe number 50 in on the stop for the Pirates that time, Adam Chamberlain. They gave him 2. So they'll bring up a second and 8.
Good job by Wheelersburg to sniff out that play and take Elliott down for a 2-yard pickup.
Lawson leads these troops in the line. Lawson, Blackburn. Danny Carter. Zach Odenthal. Bubba Russell. And we have a man open. Oh, had Parker Elliott just a little long. Nice throw, but just out of the reach of number 28. So bring up a third and 8.
Nice fake to Jeff Bickley, and then Ruby dropped back and threw the pass, and as you said, just a little too far out in front.
They say he had some mustard on that puppy, didn't he?
Looks like the wet evening is not affecting Ben Ruby's throwing. Nice tight spiral.
If he'd put that one on the money, Parker Elliott could have caught it or had it embedded in his chest by 6 inches. And we have 4 receivers to the right. Roby in the shotgun, back to pass under heavy rush. Nice block by Russell. And Roby throws it incomplete, intended for J.D. Shaw. Buckeyes will have to pass. And that wasn't, he was under a heavy rush. I believe Chamberlain put some heat on him, and Bubba Russell pushed him off. So Buckeyes come up short. Wheelersburg will have the ball. We'll see if Ben can get another 51-yard punt off. Dropping deep for the Pirates, we have number 21, Jared Carver, and I believe that's number 42, Josh Clothing. Odenthal, another nice snap. Roby, nice punt. It'll be fielded by number 21, Carver, at the 20 or 31-yard line, and he's taken down after just a short gain.
34-yard punt.
34-yard punt, and I believe that was Danny Carter, number 55, in on a tackle for the Buckeyes. So Danny covered it well.
Ben Ruby doing a nice job punting for the Buckeyes also.
Coming in on defense for the Buckeyes, I see Mike Warren, Chris Glass, Ben Roby, Josh Walker, Parker Elliott, Clay Watkins on the line. Of course, see Mr. Wolf, number 73. 58 and 56, Burwanger and Lawson. It looks like they're interchangeable. And hand off to the first back through number 42. He eludes a tackler, but he'll be taken down by Warren after a short gain. Nice job. I believe he was actually hitting the backfield by Wolf, spun around.
And Mike Warren on the tackle, as you said, and he was second in tackles for the Buckeyes this season. He had 85 coming into the playoff game tonight.
Wheelersburg with that option attack, and you know, I'm glad you and Al can see who's got the ball because I miss it every other time. I found out in the first quarter if I just keep my mouth shut, one of you will tell me where it went. And depending on the set, Wolf and Lawson. And the handle fed back time. I believe the quarterback keeps it, and he's under some pressure. And we have a clip on Wheelersburg, and that was number 60, I believe. Josh Seeley got caught by the official. It wasn't all that bad. I mean, that's one of those where he starts to hit the man, the Buckeye player turns around, chases, and he clips him. But we'll take it.
Well, it wasn't, as you said, it wasn't a vicious clip, but it was a definite clip. And as soon as I saw it happen, as he pushed Watkins from behind, I was looking to see if a flag would come in, and it definitely did.
Well, they'll miss a lot. I said, we sit here and think, man, you really catch it, but boy, I hate that.
That'll be a 15-yard penalty from the spot of the infraction, so he didn't reach the 40-yard line, so it'll be 15 yards from there.
Yeah, and in case he doesn't have enough guts to tell her, Al really thinks that he and his wife are going to watch Marshall play OU next week in Huntington. No, he's going with us. We're superstitious. If we win, he has to stay. So sorry, Beth, he doesn't get to come with you next week.
Brings up 2nd and 20 for the Pirates. 9:57 remaining in the third. Buckeyes with that 7-point lead.
J.D. Shaw, Ben Roby, and Josh Walker. Defensive backfield for Nelsonville-York. Blown back, man in motion, Carver. Handoff to first back through, crossing, and he'll be taken down. Fumble on a play, and the ball is recovered by Ben Roby. 1st and 10, Nelsonville-York. The Buckeyes with another turnover.
Tell you what, he was close to being down on the play, but I think he was just barely up when he lost that football. It'll be interesting to see the replay, but it was close. It looked like he was just a little bit up before when he lost that ball.
Okay, Mr. A.D., was he still up or was it a bad call?
No, the ball was loose.
Al said it was loose. It was loose. So the Buckeyes with the break, and they need to take it in here.
I'll tell you what, Eric King.
How you doing?
Eric King said that he lost it on the way down, in his opinion, so I think he's right.
And he looks so good when he makes those calls. I understand he's got the camera, he's close up. Of course he can see things. There, it's not that good. Roby takes the snap. Option, and he keeps it. Good decision by Ben Roby. Up the gut, and Ben will get it down inside the 20-yard line. Nice decision by the junior quarterback.
Excellent job by Ben Roby, and we talked earlier that he hadn't kept the ball in that option yet, and there he did. And the reason why he didn't keep it earlier is because they were covering him and leaving glass open. This time they left him open, and he took advantage of it.
2nd down and 2. They say 3rd on the scoreboard and 2, but unless they've taken it down away from us, I believe it is 2nd down. Glass below man back, passing formation for the Buckeyes. Roby pitches to Glass. Glass cuts back. He's got some room. He gets the corner, and Glass will be taken down by the ankle, but not before he picks up the 1st down, and we'll get it down to about the 11-yard line.
Wheelersburg is having a tough time shutting down the Buckeye option.
8 yards on the carry for Glass.
So the Buckeyes moving the ball, 1st and 10.
I think this is the best the Buckeyes have run the option this season. Of course, we missed them a couple games, televising other teams, but it looks like it is very effective tonight.
Buckeyes playing well here to start the 2nd half. But they need to punch one in here, but Wheelersburg with that option attack can score rapidly. Roby takes the snap. Pass. Has a man wide open. Parker Elliott. Touchdown, Nelsonville-York. What a great pass.
I was telling somebody at halftime down in the stands that I'd like to see him try that play here in the 2nd half because the option is going well. And you figure Wheelersburg would fall for it, have the option run, and then Ben would pull back and throw it, and there it is. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
What a nice throw and catch. Game's easy now.
It may look easy there.
To catch the ball, throw the ball. Just like baseball. Hit the ball, no problem. Of course, it looks a lot easier up here, I'm sure, than it is on the field.
Buckeyes going for 2.
So the Buckeyes up by 13, and it makes sense since we'll put them up 15. 4 receivers in the pattern. Roby. Ben takes a snap on the option. Pitches back to Glass. Glass is going to be stopped at the 5. Nice play by number 21, Jared Carver of Wheelersburg. 8:31 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Nelsonville-York 27, Wheelersburg 14. Jason Russell still kicking for the Buckeyes. Schmidt, Carver, and I believe Fossing deep for Wheelersburg. And Bubba, line drive kick taken by Schmidt at the 16-yard line. He heads straight up the gut where he will be hit and dropped at the 30-yard line, and he is popped. Let's see who gets up off the pile, and I believe it's number 16.
He knocked the juice out of him.
And I think that was Walter Johnson on the stop. Walter laid a hammer on him now. We got Walter listed at 5'10", 170. He's just a sophomore. And that young man's got a bright future in Nelsonville-York, too. Clay Watkins coming to the sideline for the Buckeyes. Don't see Clay come out of very many plays. Hope he's okay. We'll have Trey Wilson in. Wilson, Wolf, Burwanger. Lawson. And Bubba. Number 32. Oh, I'm sorry. And on the play is number 12, Wheelersburg on the keeper. Great play. Taken down by Bubba Russell from behind, but a first down. Nice run.
What impressed me on that run is about 5 yards downfield, he got away from Ben Ruby, and you don't see that happen too often.
Probably two of the best athletes in the area. So Mike Wheelersburg won that matchup. It won't happen often.
And again, obviously, when we're in the state playoffs, you're not going to see a team just lay down and die. Wheelersburg's going to make a run at it.
Anzio Teamer in on the line for defense of the Buckeyes right now also. Wheelersburg back to pass, under a heavy rush, has a man open, it's overthrown and intercepted. Oh, no! Parker Elliott, I believe they're going to call offensive interference, I believe. Al says defensive interference? Al says defensive.
As you said, a flag is down. As Buckeyes almost.
And it's on us. Good call by Al. I didn't see it. I think what happened was he might have hit the... And there's a popular call.
That brings a strong reaction from the Buckeye faithful, and I got to be honest with you, I didn't see it, but
I don't think it was the individual that was going for the ball. I think it was another individual there. I didn't get the number, but looks like someone got pushed from behind.
So Wheelersburg, with another break. 15-yard penalty to Wheelersburg in the Buckeye territory at the 44-yard line. For 71 yards. 71 yards.
I believe Wheelersburg only has the one penalty on the holding. No, they had a... No.
So Leesburg and officials call a timeout on the field. We'll see what happens here. We're back. I still don't know what happened, but that's okay. I haven't known all year. There's no reason that should change. Leesburg. Carver in motion, handoff to Crossing with the ball, steps through two tackles, and he's taken down from behind by Teamer and J.D. Shaw after about a 15-yard gain. So Wheelersburg's drive here, their first drive in the second half. It looks like their first drive in the first half.
15-yard pickup for Wheelersburg to the Buckeye 29 as we see Matt Caddy-Hendrick coming
placing fourth. So I hope people really didn't think we're up by 13. Wheelersburg's going to roll over because this team doesn't have any quit in them either. These kids play great football down on the river. Leesburg backs in the eye. Takes the snap, handoff to the first back through. That's Crossing. He's taken down after a short gain. I believe Clay Watkins made the initial hit, number 9, and Anzio Teamer. Give him 3. Second down and 7. Clock's running, 7:17 remaining third quarter.
Clay Watkins with 71 tackles for the Buckeyes coming in and done a good job for the Buckeyes from that defensive end position.
And Clay made one of the best catches I've ever seen this year that they ruled incomplete. Once again, backs in the eye. Second down and 7. Leesburg takes the snap. Keeps it, and he's under some pressure. Gets to lose it. Oh, loses. I believe Bubba Russell makes a cut. Saw Anzio Teamer, and the feet went out from underneath him. Have a flag on the play, and looks like we lost one. We'll see what's on. It's in position where you think would be offensive holding, and the Buckeyes are clapping, so we'll have to take a look and see. I'm afraid to say that.
That's it.
Oh, somebody marked down the time and date. I was right. That's the second time this year. Al's checking his watch. Maybe we'll let him go to Huntington next week. Bad enough I take the abuse from you. I got one on each side of me now. Checking in for the Buckeyes is Eric Levering, number 50. That young man, I think Eric is just a sophomore.
So it's going to bring up second down, and looks like about 17 now for Wheelersburg.
That's it.
Buckeyes leading by 13 with 6:47 remaining in the third.
We went over and did that reserve contest, and Eric Levering played well on the line. So back to pass, Lee. Pass incomplete. High, Roby on the coverage. It was intended for Schmidt, but just out of his reach.
Nice coverage by Ben Ruby. Pass, as you said, intended for Drew Schmidt down around the 28 of Nelsonville-York, which would have been around the original line of scrimmage. But, of course, it falls incomplete and the overthrow.
That's third and 17. Clock is stopped at 6:44 remaining in the third quarter. Just down the booth from us, we have Larry Hurgis and Greg Coons covering the game for the Athens radio station. And Leesburg under heavy rush by Teamer, and Teamer buries him back at the 47-yard line. Anzio Teamer was all on him like he looked like butter on bread.
Tell you what, Anzio Teamer joined this Buckeye team about halfway through the season, and he has done an excellent job joining right in with his fellow teammates.
6 foot, 180-pound senior, and man, he was smoking on that one. And Leesburg's a terrific athlete, so you know what a job Anzio did to do it, to catch him that far. Fourth down and 30 to go. Low snap. Short kick, and the Buckeyes will get away from it, let it bounce. It'll take a Wheelersburg roll and drop dead at the 21. Buckeyes will have the ball. 1st and 10, 5:55 remaining third quarter. Buckeyes with the ball, 1st and 10. Up by 13. Watkins and Walker to the left. Elliott in motion. J.D. Shaw here on the right. Glass takes a snap. Heads straight up the middle. He'll gain about, give him maybe 3, Al. Al says 2. And I believe they do give him 3. So we'll give him the forward progress. 2nd and 7 for Nelsonville-York. Clock running. Buckeyes up 27-14. Third quarter. Offensive line blocking well for the Buckeyes. Keller, Blackburn. I believe they've got, is it Catter Hennick on the line also? Jim, number 72 over there blocking. Zach Rosenthal, Darren Lawson, Danny Carter. You guys are doing a great job tonight. Unsung heroes. Roby has a man open. J.D. Shaw. J.D. steps around 2 tacklers, and he'll get the first down. Boy, I thought he was stepping back right into a tackle, and he stepped away from a man and picked it up.
Wheelersburg giving the Buckeyes receiver a little bit of cushion, and Buckeyes taking advantage of it on those short passes. But look out if they come up and try to guard against that short pass.
Yeah, those scare me because, I mean, if the guy plays him tight, it's 7 the other direction. Or 6 in the kick, I guess. But it was a nice go and catch. And Buckeyes playing well. In motion is Elliott. Roby has a man, and he has J.D. Shaw, and Shaw actually ended up playing defense that time. Looked like it, Jared Carver, 21, just played that excellently.
Buckeyes setting up Carver on that play, on the previous play, on that short pass as we talked about, but Carver did a good job getting back.
He didn't bite on the fake.
He took the fake just a little, but not much, and got back in position.
Wheelersburg defense plays well.
Carver did not bite on that fake. He's in excellent coverage and made a great play.
Look and see how big they lift Scott East at 77 here, 6'1", 200 pounds. The young man's got some size, plays well for Wheelersburg. Buckeyes in that little play we saw Shaw carry the ball before, and he's got it again. J.D. steps around another tackler. He's still running. J.D.'s going. J.D. Shaw still going. Gets it to the 50-yard line. That little son of a gun.
What, has J.D. Shaw carried the ball this year for the Buckeyes?
I don't think that he has, other than getting the ball passing, that he has carried it. That's the one we normally see Parker Elliott run on. J.D. had 4 people he eluded the tacklers.
Nelsonville-York's really gotten Wheelersburg back on their heels. They with the pass and with the different options they've been running up at the line of scrimmage, Wheelersburg's really spreading out on defense. You can see that in this set right here.
The Buckeyes on the drive. They're at midfield. They'd like to punch another one in here. Option back to Glass. Glass in the backfield, but he'll get it back to the line of scrimmage and maybe pick up one. So just terrific play by Eric Glass to turn a negative into a positive. And I believe the last man off the pile for Wheelersburg, I think number 5 was in on stop. Excuse me. Jason Schmidt, and number 50. They said Adam Chamberlain was the man who made the initial hit, so give him 1.
Wheelersburg had that option defended very well, had Ruby defended and Glass, and Glass could easily lost 4 or 5 yards there, but he gets it back to the line of scrimmage and even picks up 1.
Yep, I'm impressed. The Wheelersburg team very well coached. The 2 they lost, they lost by very narrow margin, 12-6, and I believe the other one was 10-7. Roby has a man open. He has Clay Watkins. Watkins steps around the tackle. Watkins heads for the end zone. Ben is going to throw a touchdown pass to Clay Watkins from the 49-yard line. I kid Clay Watkins and tell him I've never seen anybody take 3 steps before he goes anywhere. I apologize. I buy you lunch. What a great run by Clay Watkins.
And again, you just see the offensive mind of Coach Kevin Meade. It's a thing of beauty as you sit here and watch the Buckeye offense.
I'm starting to feel like I'm starting to lose my voice, which would not be all that bad in this case. Timeout, Nelsonville-York. We're back, and that I never thought about it before, Jim, but that looked familiar because I've seen in softball Bill Roby throw the softball to Tim Watkins, so it's only fair that Ben Roby throws the football to Clay Watkins, and we have I believe it's going to be on the Buckeyes. Maybe, maybe not. And the Buckeyes are going to have a motion, yep, an illegal motion on the Buckeyes.
Buckeyes might want to think about the extra point now, but
I don't. It just gives Ben more room to throw. Know what you always told me. So the Buckeyes still attempting to. Parker Elliott in motion. Obviously a passing. Roby has a man. Shaw, oh, and nearly made a terrific one-handed catch. And he had Walker in the corner open, just didn't see him. But the Buckeyes are up 33-14 with 3:27 remaining in the third quarter. Timeout on the field. We're back. We never left. And don't, if you're sitting at home watching this or in the stands, don't think this one's over by a long shot because Wheelersburg is down at 19. And with the options they run, they're not out of it yet.
Belair leading Tyson now. I believe by 5 or 6 points.
Line drive kick will be taken, I believe, by Crossing. He heads straight up the field, runs into a pile of Buckeyes at about the 35-yard line where he'll be dropped. And we have a player down for Wheelersburg. I believe that's number 11, slow to get up. So we'll have timeout on the field. 3:20 remaining third quarter. Buckeyes up 33-14. So Wheelersburg first and 10 from the 36.
And Emmett was able to leave under his own power.
And oh, we have a pick. I believe Charlie Robbins with the interception. His dad was telling me his shoulders bothered him. Charlie was a little nervous starting the game when we had the offsides on the kickoff. It was Charlie, big man. He just made up for it.
That was a nice interception. That ball almost hit the ground, and he was there to scoop it.
You know what they say? They said, Charlie, you got your athletic ability from your dad because I've seen Eddie and he has none. And Al, his dad is one of the chain gangs for the OU Bobcats. Eddie told me he's not the man he used to be, and I said, thank goodness. Roby, delay to Glass. Glass has got the running room. Eric's on his feet. He's still going, and we have a flag on the Buckeyes. We're going to have a clip called on Nelsonville-York. It's coming back.
Looks like it is a clip on the Buckeyes about 5 yards downfield, and
Wheelersburg number 50.
that'll negate that nice run by Eric Glass on the draw play.
Boy, it's hard to criticize anything they're doing right now, though, isn't it? Then they said pushing the back on Nelsonville-York, and it'll be from the spot of foul on it, Al.
That's correct. So he'll get the gain. He'll get the gain to the 36-yard line.
And obviously, you don't like to see that, but again, if you don't make any mistakes, you're not doing anything. And every once in a while, when you play aggressive,
Man, I must do a lot. I must be one of the busiest people in the valley. Since if you don't make mistakes, you're not doing anything. I really work hard, don't I? You know, what bothers me is my wife stays home and watches tapes till late, and she turns the sound off.
Buckeyes after the penalty in good shape. Let's have it 1st and 10 back at the original line of scrimmage.
Well, I guess you got a penalty. That worked out as well as anything you could have. Clock's running. We're at the 3-minute mark remaining in the third quarter. Buckeyes up 33-14. Roby back pass under heavy rush. He eludes one would-be tackler. Ben with some ring has a man and is incomplete, and he was buried.
I want to tell you what, Jason Bubba Russell just laid a heavy hit on number 24, Travis Little of Wheelersburg. Little chasing Roby down, and Bubba Russell said,
I believe he saw Bubba.
Bubba Russell says, you're not going to touch my quarterback.
Ouch. Is that one of those I thought my back hurt before? Ooh! There's 7 people up here, and all 7 people went, ooh! So, Hubba Bubba, you get an ooh. And give Little credit because he got up. They'd be picking up pieces of me. Jim Hall's down on the field. There's a part at the 40, there's a part at the 45.
And as you said, credit to Little. He's up and in the defensive huddle for Wheelersburg, but again, he has to be hurting a little bit.
They got Travis listed at 6'4" and 166. And you know that he's probably 6'4" and he's probably closer to 156. Shotgun, 5 receivers in the pattern for Roby. Ben back to pass, looks downfield, under heavy rush, and throws short, incomplete for Wilson. But Ben did a good job of just eluding the sack because Wheelersburg was all over him.
Nice rush by Mike Basham of Wheelersburg, number 55. He got in there on Ben Roby, and Ben had to get rid of it.
Well, I'm looking for the slant to Walker for Josh. What do you think? Number 10 sound like a good call? 2:52 remaining third quarter. Buckeyes up 33-14. He hate to be greedy, but the way Wheelersburg can score, would sure like to punch another one in here. Glass in the backfield with Roby. Ben the shotgun. Over the middle has Walker. And Walker makes the catch, and he has the first down. Can I call him or can I call him? Give me 5. The Hall man was right. That's twice tonight. It's a record. I've been twice right in one night. What a great catch and throw.
Buckeyes pick up about 13 down to close to the Wheelersburg 30, and as you said, first down.
Well, I'll tell you, it's got to be Ben better be smart. So many weapons, so many options to choose from.
That was Nelsonville-York's 18th first down of the game.
Offense playing well. As Jim said, this may be as well as we've seen him play all year. Roby on the option, back to Glass. Glass. Oh, great hit by number 50, Chamberlain. And I believe it'll be actually called no gain, and Chamberlain just laid a lick on him, along with, looks like number 21, Carver gets up.
Wheelersburg has done a better job of the option here in the last few minutes of the ball game.
As we said, you know, Wheelersburg may be down 19. These kids don't have any quit in. Don't think this game's over by a long shot.
1:54 remaining in the third quarter. Buckeyes 33, Wheelersburg 14.
And this is Nelsonville TV Cable.
We are locally owned, and we are here at Lancaster High School for the state playoffs because we care.
4 men in the pattern. Glass, the lone man in the backfield. Lawson, Roby, back to pass. Has a man over the middle. We have Parker Elliott. Elliott makes the catch. He is hit, did a great job to hang on to it. He's taken down by Carver, but another first down for the Buckeyes, and man, they're clicking on all cylinders.
Take your hat off to Josh Walker on the previous catch, and there was Parker Elliott. Both of them took major hits. Still came down with the football and picked up first downs for the Buckeyes.
Al, write those numbers down. We're going to play those lottery tickets on the way home.
Jim Roby now is 12 of 21 for 192 yards. Buckeyes score a touchdown here to put a major hurt on the Wheelersburg Pirates, even though we're still in the third quarter of play.
And I never believed that 7 was a lucky number until I saw Ben Roby put it on. Timeout on the field. Buckeyes, 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
All the power on with Roy Wolf on the right side.
That's where I'd run. Glass up the middle. Eric will get it inside the 10.
Number 42, Eric Glass, carry the ball.
I think they ought to put J.D. Shaw in the backfield behind Joe Wolf. They've never seen it. 2nd down and 7 from the 8-yard line, they say. Well, let's see. If it's 2nd and 7, they had the ball to 12 and down the 8. It doesn't add up. Inside a minute remaining in the third quarter. Buckeyes driving, looking for another score. That could really put the hurt on Wheelersburg. And Glass on the pitch. Does a good job to elude a couple tacklers. He'll still get it down inside the 10, get it back to maybe the original line of scrimmage. Good job. The pitch wasn't all that good that time from Ben. And Eric did a nice job to at least get back close to the line.
We got it back close to the line, maybe a half-yard loss on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 7 for the Buckeyes.
Clay Watkins is telling J.D. Shaw, because J.D. was up there yakking a little bit, and Clay told him no uncertain terms, J.D., get back here.
Clock running at 18 seconds remaining in the third quarter of play.
Al said this may be the last play of the quarter. For the Buckeyes, definitely in 4-down territory, although Lawson can kick a field goal from this distance, Al. So Roby. Then back to pass under heavy rush. And he finds number 45, Bickley. And Bickley catches it back to about the 10-yard line, but what a great job by Roby. I thought he was throwing the ball away. And that will end the third quarter. Buckeyes will have a 4th and 9 from about the 12-yard line to start the first quarter. Timeout. Ready to start the fourth quarter, Mr. McCumber. 12 minutes remaining. Buckeyes up 33-14. 4th and 8 from the 10-yard line. Roby in the shotgun, has a man over the middle, and it's intercepted by Wheelersburg. And this could be a big play. He's chased down by Bubba Russell. And he runs it back to the 24, and Mock makes the interception. Excuse me, read it perfectly. One of the few mistakes Ben Roby's made.
Well, the Buckeyes were able to contain that interception. I was afraid when it was picked off, he could have...
Ooh, he had a lot of running.
But again, being 4th down and long, Buckeyes giving up the ball in the Wheelersburg 23 isn't that bad.
Well, if you go throw an interception, might as well be that deep and be up by 19 points. So Wheelersburg pretty much now, Jim, I mean, they've got to score, and they got to score in a hurry, and they showed in the first quarter they can do that. So, in a full-house backfield, and Leesburg still has the ball while he is coming down the field, has J.D. Shaw and couldn't get away from him, but a great play by the quarterback. Gets it out to the 43-yard line. 19-yard pickup for Leesburg out of that full-house backfield, Jim.
Did a good job, once again, of faking the ball. Buckeyes didn't realize he had it till he was about 6 yards downfield.
Wheelersburg, like we said, down 3 scores, but don't think it's over, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like the Oklahoma. Leesburg. And it is handed off the first man up the middle that time, I believe.
That's right.
And I didn't see who carried it out. Did you see who the number was? Might have been Clausen. Clausing on the carry. Gain of 5. 2nd down and 5.
11 minutes, 8 seconds remaining in the ball game. Buckeyes 33, Wheelersburg 14.
And can we hear the Buckeye faithful saying, run, clock, run. Wheelersburg back to pass. Leesburg under rush by Glass, but he throws it complete to number 5 out of bounds. That is Jason Schmidt, and he has a first down at about the 46-yard line. And Leesburg, at that time, we saw Chris before, you know, of course, that fumble and a Buckeye scored and just couldn't get to him that time. He read it well, just couldn't get there.
That was his first completion since the second quarter. Nelsonville's really held him out. So
Buckeyes called timeout to Coach Tim Watkins to talk to his defensive unit.
10:54 remaining in the fourth quarter, 33-14 Buckeyes. Timeout. So Wheelersburg with a 1st and 10 to the 46-yard line. Clock stopped at 10:54 remaining contest. And he stopped, hand off the deep back crossing. He's hit, I believe, initially by Bubba Russell, and then finally taken down by Mike Warren, Clay Watkins, and I believe Darren Lawson. Give him 4, 2nd and 6. Clock's running.
Pick up 4. 2nd down and 6 at the Buckeyes 42.
Tim Watkins on the sidelines calling his plays in. Tell you, you know, we talk about Kevin, you know, and he's a great offensive coach. What a great job Tim Watkins has done with the defense. That was a big question mark this year, and you couldn't have asked for any more. Leesburg taken in the backfield by Chris Glass, and he is hurt.
he took his legs out from under him, Jim. That's the most dangerous position for a quarterback to be in right there.
Glass has just played so well the whole year. I said, these kids, you know, kid weighs 140 pounds and it's 110 pounds of heart and 30 pounds of muscle and sinew.
Buckeyes have done a great job of defending Leesburg after the fakes and him running the ball. There's been a couple times he's burnt the Buckeyes.
Timeout Wheelersburg, 10 minutes even remaining in the contest. And we're on. 3rd and 12 for Wheelersburg.
Buckeyes,
and we have an
equipment problem.
And we have an official timeout on the field, and I believe that's Mike Warren couldn't get his chin strap buckled up. And in this game, you better have him strapped up and ready to go, because
Mike's coming off the field.
Yep, and we're going to put an NZO teamer in.
Mike's another one that's had a lot of injuries this year for the Buckeyes, but yet he still is second in tackles for Nelsonville-York.
And Mike's a good athlete, but Mike, you're dating Michelle White. I coach Michelle. She's a better athlete than you are. Back to pass to Schmidt. Schmidt, and it's going to be intercepted by Roby. You can see that one coming. Ben's got some running room. He's headed that field. Oh, did Teamer lay a lick on number 60? Roby still going. Ben, he's going to score. Roby, touchdown, Nelsonville-York. Oh, what a play. And at the 50-yard line, Anzio Teamer hit number 60, Josh Seeley, and I thought he broke him in half. Oh, did he hit him?
A great play. He had a wall of Buckeyes just blocking for him. You could see it set up as soon as he intercepted the ball, and he had a wall. I thought he was going to score as soon as he started to return the ball.
Well, we've seen Ben do that before, but when he got the Anzio Teamer, I saw him come around. Oh, did he lay a lick on him? I'll be honest, I missed about 20 yards of Ben's run because I looked and see if the Wheelersburg player. And the Wheelersburg player jumped up and kept on running down the field. Man, those kids are tough.
Of course, Leesburg was injured on the last play, but Schmidt actually has a better passing percentage than Leesburg does, but Ben Roby picked it off and returned it for the touchdown, and another nice hit. Andrew Teeler.
Jim, that was a 63-yard return for touchdown, and the third time that Wheelersburg has given the ball up on a turnover.
And Glass is going to run it in for the two-point conversion. 9:42 remaining in the contest. 41 Nelsonville-York, 14 Wheelersburg.
Let the celebration begin on the public square.
Timeout on the field. Bubba Russell on to kick for the Buckeyes.
A few people start to leave from the Wheelersburg stands just across the field.
I'll tell you, start the game, you look, and Wheelersburg, what was now a three-play drive, I believe, start the game. Touchdown Wheelersburg. You thought, oh, this could be a long night. The Buckeyes answered, and they haven't stopped answering. Low line drive kick. Bounces up in the arms of Crossing. He heads straight up the middle. He's got some running room, but he will be taken down. Initially hit by Jeff Bickley, and the young man is still going. He's got 5 Buckeye straights all over him. So the young man has no quitting him.
Nice run there. Was that Clausen?
20-yard return. So on the defensive field for the Buckeyes, I see number 11, Chris Glass, of course 58, Darren Lawson, Jeremy Burwanger. I don't see Clay Watkins coming off, Andrew Teamer coming off. Number 32, Justin Inman comes on for the Buckeyes. J.D. Shaw. Of course, you got Ben Roby on the sidelines right now. I don't think you're going to see Ben on the defensive side of the field anymore, do you?
I doubt it.
And Crossing on the carry, and he is pounded after a short gain. I believe that's number 70, if I can see. And I keep my eyes on numbers. 5-yard gain. They said Mike Warren, but I actually thought that was number 50. Is that Danny Carter over on that side? If it's Danny. No, I still don't have any idea. If it was Mike, it was a great hit. I believe that was Darren or Jeremy on that side, too. 2nd down and 6, they say. Leesburg. Hand off the first man. He's still on his feet. Crossing still running. What a great run by that young man. He picks up 13 yards. And he's over 100 yards in the air.
He has 17 carries for 152 yards.
That great game.
And Josh Clausing, he's a senior for Wheelersburg, and I'm sure he might even realize this is probably his last game as a Pirate, and he's showing the effort he's given at Wheelersburg.
Pitch to clock, or that's number 32 on a carry. And that's Nick Broughton.
Buckeyes did a nice job of stringing it out to the sideline.
I believe Clay Watkins was in on the stop along with number 56, Jeremy Burwanger. Jeremy's had a great game. They said Darren Lawson that time.
It was Darren Lawson.
Well, what if I just say Burloff? Burloff made the tackle and call it 50. Well, Bubba's got 57. That just split the difference. You guys keep making them, I'll keep making mistakes. Closing up the middle, he gains 9. Or give him 8, I guess. He stopped short of the first down. Bring up a 3rd and a long 2, 3rd and 3. The clock is running. We're at about the 8-minute mark left in the contest. 41-14, Nelsonville-York. Very impressive.
Of course, the Buckeyes will play next week. The winner of the Bel Air Piketon game, Bel Air, had a 2-touchdown lead the last we heard.
And Wheelersburg to the deep back spot. And a fumble, and the Buckeyes are going to fall on it. Buckeyes recover the fumble. We'll see who gets off. I think it's Mike Warren.
Mike Warren all over the football.
So the Buckeye offense comes on the field with 7:50 remaining in the contest, and they'll have a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
5th turnover for Wheelersburg. 3rd fumble recovery for the Buckeyes.
And I believe we've taken 3 of those turnovers in the end zone.
That's correct.
Aaron Lawson leads his great offensive line to the ball. Darren Lawson, Danny Carter, Keller Blackburn, Bubba Russell, Zach Odenthal. Misdirection to Elliott, and Elliott hit in the backfield by number 55, I believe, Mike Basham.
Counter play to Parker Elliott to the right side, and Wheelersburg would have no part of that.
So Parker lost 4 on that play. And that's the counter that we've seen Parker run so successfully this year. And actually tonight, J.D. Shaw has just, made a living at it. I think he's carried the ball, 3 times, Al? Other twice, maybe.
Of course, Wheelersburg realizing the Buckeyes will probably keep it on the ground to keep that clock moving, so they're playing the run all the way.
4 men in the pattern. Elliott in motion. Hand off deep, man Glass. Eric's going to get the outside. Oh, taken down from back. Great tackle by number 24, Little. And if Travis Little didn't have him, he had some running room.
Nice tackle by Travis Little of the Pirates. Buckeyes facing a 3rd and 11.
So give him 3 on the carry. How many yards does Mr. Glass have now, Al?
27 carries for 112 yards.
Young man been a workhorse.
The beat rolls on for Eric Glass, averaging 115 yards a game coming in.
Buckeyes throwing, and he has Josh Walker, and Walker was just hammered over the middle.
And he knew he was going to take a pop.
So the Buckeyes are forced to punt. I was surprised to see us put it in the air, but I think Coach Meade trying to get the ball out a little bit, maybe to try to get some field position, nothing else. So Roby will be on to punt for Nelsonville-York. 6:27 remaining contest, clock stop. Buckeyes up 41-14. And we're eavesdropping here on Larry Hurgis and Mr. Holbert, but they're correct. They said talking about Mr. Football in Ohio, and Ben Roby would have to be considered. And a shank punt, and we'll go out at the 45-yard line, and that's one of the few mistakes I've seen Ben Roby make tonight.
So again, as you said, he runs the ball well, the quarterback position. Obviously, he throws it well, plays a great defensive back, and is getting ready to say he punts real well, and of course, usually he does. That's just one of those bad ones he punted. But earlier, I believe he had a 50-yard punt and another one for 44 yards. So
the Buckeyes in on defense. On this side, I see Jeremy Burwanger, Bubba Russell, Enzio Teamer to nose guard, Joe Wolf, Darren Lawson, Clay Watkins, Chris Glass, Mike Warren, J.D. Shaw, Parker Elliott. And on the far side is Walker. I'm sorry, Charlie Roberts, number 36.
Jason Schmidt on the carry for Wheelersburg, pickup of a couple.
Buckeyes playing well. I mean, you can't sing the praise of them enough. Look at different plays. Roby for an interception touchdown. Charlie Roberts with a big interception. Second half when it looked like Wheelersburg was going to, climb right back into it. The big hit by Glass to force the fumble on Leesburg. You just can't say enough about the way Nelsonville-York has played tonight. And Wheelersburg has moved the ball, but when it came down inside the red zone, the Buckeyes just held them. And Clothing.
Short game. Closing on the carry for another couple.
Gain of 2. Make it 3rd and about 6. Clock is running. 5:30 remaining.
I think the big factor this year for the Buckeyes that have helped make them what they are is the absence of the me mentality. I mean, you talk to Ben Roby and Eric Glass, and they give nothing but credit to the line. You talk to the line, they say all the credit goes to Ben Roby and Glass and the receivers. You even talk to Coach Meade, and he talks a lot about Ben Roby and the other players, and then you talk to Ben Roby, and he says Kevin Meade has really taught him so much, and the I mentality is not there.
Leesburg On the reverse, and Chris Glass makes a stop after a gain of 1, and Chris has been everywhere. And it was a really great article about Ben Roby and the Buckeyes this week, but I think the Wednesday article by Paul Hesselby, and Ben never once said me. Not one time. Timeout on the field. Oh, yeah. As I lay the mic down, they turn it back on. That's good. And Carver was hurt and back on his feet. Punt nearly blocked by Bubba Russell. He's done everything else tonight. And Walker has some running room. He'll get it to the outside. He'll be taken down at the 30-yard line, where Nelsonville-York will have it 1st and 10 with 4:35 remaining.
Again, the Buckeyes will play the winner of Bel Air Piketon. Bel Air was leading in the second half of that game. Bel Air, the state runner-ups from a year ago, so we could have a big game brewing for next week. 34-yard punt, Jim.
And Jim said Bel Air winning their contest against Piketon tonight are still ahead, and Bel Air was runner-up last year in Division 4. Which would lead me to believe it's probably a senior-dominated team. Teamer and Glass in the backfield. Where's that Bickley at? I believe that's Jeff Bickley, 45. Roby throwing the ball complete to Josh Walker. Walker still on his feet, and he'll get the first down out about the 40-yard line.
A lot of people wonder why the Buckeyes are throwing with 4 minutes left at 41-14, but that's just a natural part of their offense.
And we have a flag on the field, and on that sideline, there was one Buckeye and a lot of Pirates, so we'll have to see what it was called. And there at Glass says the Walker got... And Eric had it on camera, and he said you can see it, and said that Walker got kicked in the helmet or the face by one of the Pirates. I'm surprised, I'll be honest, I'm surprised we're throwing the ball this late in the game. I'm not going to, Of
course, again, the Buckeyes, that's just the natural part of their offenses.
And you're right, that's the way they play.
Obviously, other teams that have the power running game, they would keep it on the ground, but the Buckeyes do throw it a lot. It's just a quick out to Walker.
Backs in the eye. And handoff to Glass. Glass still on his feet. And Glass with a nice run, about 7 yards. And I got to be honest, I probably believe that, remember what happened 3 years ago, and we got a hand to us pretty good. And, so. Second and 4.
And obviously, with 3.5 minutes left, the Buckeyes could not run out the clock just taking these, so running the offense.
Like you said, we've not done anything different all year long. I believe 3 years ago, Wheelersburg did score late in the contest, so Roby back to pass, and it is incomplete, intended for Parker Elliott to bring up a 3rd and 4. Clock stopped at 3:01.
Good coverage by Tom Turner for Wheelersburg.
And where's Roby stand now, Al?
Roby is 14 of 26 for 201 yards.
Timeout on the field. So time is back in, makes it 3rd and 4. Score is 41-14, Buckeyes up. Glass is alone back. Jeff Bickley in motion for the Buckeyes. And Roby pitches to Glass. Glass heads for sideline. Nice block by Trey Wilson. And Glass will get it down inside the 30 to about the 26-yard line. We'll have 1st and 10.
Flag is down on the play.
And we have a clip on Nelsonville-York, so that will back us up. Inside 3 minutes remaining in the contest. So the Nelsonville-York offense tonight, how many total yards do we have, Al? Real close. I knew I'd throw one on him. Look, he has to add it up.
In round numbers, it's a close to 350 yards offense.
A good offensive night.
What a nice facility to play a state playoff game. Again, the field took all kinds of water, and it's still in great shape.
Well, I mentioned you and I, it's funny, we started together here in 1982 against Crooksville. Glass up the middle.
It's exactly 260 yards, or 360 total yards.
And Glass picks up about 3 outside, so Ben Roby on to punt for the Buckeyes.
Roby will punt it away on 4th and 9. Only 2:12 remains in this game. Buckeyes up 41-14.
And the Buckeyes want a timeout. 2:06 remaining in the contest. 41-14 Nelsonville-York. And we're back. And said we're up here, and we've got Wheelersburg people in here also. We're debating on whether or not you keep your first team in, your second team in. Who are we to judge? Boy, it's hard to criticize the way the kids played in team. And Roby gets off a nice punt. It'll be fielded at the 13-yard line by Carver. And he is taken down after a 2-yard gain. In on the stop is number 60, my man Zach Odenthal down. Zach, how did you get down the field that quick? Odenthal had to be offsides. There's no way he could get there.
Buckeyes had a 21-14 lead at halftime, so they've outscored Wheelersburg 20-0 here in the second half. Great effort by the Nelsonville-York Buckeyes.
That really was a great play by Zach. Zach, the long snapper, and untouched, went down and held the guy to a 2-yard gain. Zach, you are almost as good an athlete as your dad was. And Zach's dad, Tom, I like to kid him, but Tom Odenthal I played basketball and softball with, and Tom Odenthal was one of the best baseball players in the area. And crossing on the carry, number 42, he spun around, taken down by Matt Ketter-Henrick, hit, I believe, also by number 9, Clay Watkins, and we have another Wheelersburg Pirates slow to get up, number 77, Scott Estep.
The Ohio High School Athletic Association football tournaments are being presented this year by the Cleveland Clinic. And of course, you're watching it right here on Nelsonville TV Cable's Channel 5.
We're here because we care, and the Buckeyes have clicked on all cylinders here tonight. We want to run the record to 11-0, and the clock's running. We're down to 110. And Al's adding up the stats for us here, and we'll give them because we're going to have a celebration on the square tonight, and we'll get them to you as quick as we can. Misdirection, number 5 on the carry, and he is hit right at the line by Wolf. Joe Wolf just grabbed him and held on for dear life along with Clay Watkins. Inside 1 minute remaining, brings up a 3rd and 7. The Buckeye fans are on their feet. Clock's running.
For Nelsonville-York, 20 first downs of the night, 36 rushing attempts for 162 yards. Roby was 14 of 26 with 1 interception and 201 yards. And Glass, the leading carrier for Nelsonville-York, on 30 carries for 128 yards.
And a 25-yard carry by Wheelersburg Pirate, and number 5, J.D. Shaw, is injured on the play. Looks like he's holding his hand. He got popped pretty good. Give him 24 in the carry, Al.
Jared Carver was the running back on that play, and Carver usually has been their best receiver, and maybe Wheelersburg just giving him a chance to run the ball again. He is a senior.
And it looks like he just got a stinger there. J.D. Shaw said he's a lot like Eric Glass. You'd have to tie him up and rope him sideline. This should be the last play of the game. Leesburg misdirection. Carver once again, and he will be taken down by Enzio Teamer and Charlie Roberts, and that will end the contest here at Fulton Field in Lancaster, Ohio. Final score, Nelsonville-York 41, Wheelersburg 14. For Al Hammond, Jim McCumber, Eric Kane, and Jim Hall. Good night, everybody, and we'll see you shortly down on the public square.
us what you really think of the Buckeyes. Coach Kevin Meade, another great win for Nelsonville-York, 11-0, 3 to go. You're right. I tell you, how about these kids right here? They scared me a little bit when the game started and they went down and scored, but, you know, we talked about it. A team with class and character is going to come back from that, find a way to win. And I tell you that we didn't let them score in the second half. How about that defense? Number 1D in the TVC, that's right. I'll tell you, it's, you know, I go way back with Wheelersburg football, being that I was down in Waverly for 6 years, took 5 beatings from them. We only beat them one time when I was down there. And I pointed to the scoreboard with the boys after the game, and I pretty much watched their scores every week, year in, year out. Not too many teams have ever put a score on the board against Wheelersburg like these boys did tonight. And again, from a personal note, going way back with them, going way back with that particular coach, that felt awful good to me at the end of that game. I want to also thank the York Township Win Committee for these great buses, and I know they said they'd do it again for us next week. And I want to thank all of you. I tell you, it was so nice going out of town, seeing all the signs and, you know, people waving and honking to us as we went out, and then coming back in. This is great, and I want to thank all of you. You know, it's a team effort, and that's not just these boys. It's everyone standing here right now. My voice is just about shot. You know, going up there, I tell you, we didn't beat any easy team tonight. That's a quality football team we went up against tonight, and we put the hammer on them. We really did. I know a lot of people were talking state championship, and I tell you that, you know, we went and saw Bel Air, and I told these boys, Bel Air is going to be even another big step up from Wheelersburg. We can beat Bel Air next week. Anything's possible. It really is. I'm about done talking. Does anybody else want to come up here? Let's get some of these boys up here. I want to say thanks to the fans. It's not very often when you look out the fourth quarter, about 4 minutes left, you look over at their sidelines, there's nobody over there. You look at ours and everybody's still in there. I want to say thanks to all the fans.
I don't have much to say. All I want to say is I think we need a little bit more room on these shirts. I really don't want to talk much because I got a pretty bad headache right now, but it's pretty worth it. And you know, going down Lancaster and playing Wheelersburg and beating them like that's really special. And the only thing I do is raise my hands up and give them the horn. The horn! Yeah! Bickley! Yeah, I just want to thank everybody for their support and coming out and watching us play. And I got one thing to say. I wouldn't play with anybody else except for this team right here, because they're all my best friends.
Good. Keep it clean, JD.
at the beginning of the year, a lot of people didn't think that we could go to where we are today, and I can't really say what I think of those people because I'll get in trouble. But I do want to thank all you people that have came to every game and supported us, and I'd also like to thank Eric Mitchell because he's been to our practices, he's been to every game, and he's been one hell of a fan. Thanks.
You know, we get all the credit after all the games. It's all Ben Roby threw for 300 yards and Eric Glass ran for his 200. But how about the fans and the coaches who put in all the hours, come to the games in the rain? Coach Price, Coach Hurd, Coach Watkins, McCollum. They deserve a round of applause for all the hours they put in. And if anyone could donate money so they could buy the lineman leaves next week or next year, just take care of them. All right, who's next?
First of all, did anybody see that hit Bubba Russell laid on that guy tonight?
Well, there's not much to say about that hit. It was just there, and I got lucky, and I laid him out. I X-rayed him, baby.